I'm starting the recording now, and
Cool.
we're starting the stream now. Did you want any background music, by the way? Because I can pull some chill background music.
Copyright-free music?
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Nothing wrong with
We're fucking huge. We're jacked. Alright.
Alright.
Dude, I don't have any tea to sip, dude. I don't have any tea to sip. Sarcastically.
True.
Alright. Yeah, so like, dude, it's honestly like I think we're barking up the wrong tree with this, right? Because like, yeah, same-sex couples, right, are living together, right?
That's not my grievance. Like, it just
what is it like? Just explain
like,
it.
It's sort of like there's a spike, right, within the youth. Like if you go off to the graph, like,
yeah, this one.
It's only a 0.7% of the population, same-sex couples, spikes to
this one
9. No, scroll down a bit more. Although the one that's a chart, like the lines.
Lines.
Uh,
A lot of non-religious, a lot of Christians.
well,
doesn't really matter. Like,
yeah. But no, the point I was gonna make is if you see the spike is generally with younger people.
Is this the one that you were looking
so
at?
maybe just go up to the top.
Okay. Yeah.
Like right up to the top, where it like has all the categories and stuff. Is that the same-sex marriage one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's literally the first one right at the top.
Ah, literally the first one. Okay, here.
So do you see how the spike, the blue line is
Yeah.
5 years ago?
Okay.
And I mean, this is from 2016, not 5 years ago. Sorry. Okay. So it's I want to see
almost 10 years ago. Better
the
say 10
whole
years
reason
ago.
why I was on the census website as well, because my dad linked me a what's it called, job listing to take this next census, because I'm out of a job. Because fuck yeah, this economy's dope, isn't it, guys? Hell yeah,
It's fucking
job market's lit.
It's great.
Sorry, but if you see the spike, it's spiking a lot higher with the youth, and
Well, like,
I want a justification at least for why. Like, I mean, obviously, the argument could be made that people are feeling more accepted and freer, and they want to come out. And sure, and there's less stigma with the youth. Sure, that argument can be made, but I think it's because our Western society praises these attributes in same-sex couples, specifically men. Like, gay men are put up on a pedestal. And if you look at the Beyond Blue link I sent you, you can see the LGBTQI whatever the fuck.
which one?
Plus,
Sorry? Was that on
deluxe
Discord?
edition. But the Beyond Blue link I sent you can see the mental health statistics in Australia for the LGBTQI community.
Right.
A lot of self-harm, a lot of suicide attempts. These are not mentally, for the most part, stable people. And when it comes to context, in wartime, you want
Strong people.
strong people, mentally sound.
Mentally sound people, yeah.
This is like, I mean, if you look at America, Joe Biden revising the sort of shit Trump put into place to stop transgender people being able to join the military. It's not because it's a meanie, bobini, orange man, bad, hates trans people situation. It's because the US government or the military has to bankroll the fucking hormones and all that bullshit. All that shit aside, you don't want people who are
Mentally
more prone to
unstable.
suicide.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I mean,
mentally
like,
unstable with guns around your trolley. It's just a recipe disaster. I don't have to explain that into more detail. It's just,
yeah, like it's okay. So I actually have a couple of military friends, and they said basically there has the most suicides they have is in the Navy, right?
Okay.
Because it's mainly because of solitude, right?
Yeah.
Because they are literally stuck in one spot, unable to progress, right, as a human being, right? And most of the time they're underwater, right?
Yeah.
The pressure is literally killing them.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, like when you're underwater for 6 months of the year, like it starts to take a toll, you know.
For sure.
Like and you combine that in with like the you know, already fragile mental state of somebody who isn't in the right state of mind, you know, who isn't in their, you know, who isn't mentally all there.
Not to paint them all with the same brush, but like the statistics are there and they don't lie. Like, if you want to bring up that Beyond Blue thing, it's pretty. So
LGBT are more likely to be psychologically distressed than LGBTI Australians.
And this is not from some hate group posting these.
This is Beyond Blue.
Depression in Australia, mental health issues. Like, this isn't some like biased hate group putting up these statistics.
Okay, so to put it into perspective, right? 31% of LGBTQ, right, have experienced anxiety disorder. Now, anxiety disorder is very, very broad, right? Like the amount of people who have anxiety, right, who don't take care of themselves, who don't have a purpose, right, who aren't on a mission to do something, you know, who don't have that focus, that drive,
something to fixate on, something to strive towards.
Of course you're gonna feel lost, of course you're gonna feel anxious, right? Like it's just a natural thing when you don't have direction, right? Because if you look in history, right, like we didn't live that long, you know, like we maybe lived 30-40 years, right? What are you gonna do in 30-40 years, especially back when, you know, like even 300-400 years ago? You know, like, what are you gonna do? Go and plow the fields? Like, I live and breathe potato. You know, like literally. You know, you have people who are literally just doing
your
that.
Aspirations and dreams would be furthering your potato farms.
Exactly,
so
right?
The next generation won't have to work so hard.
Exactly, dude. You know, like, and
like, those are your
that's your goal, right? So like you have people who don't have
farmers from 300 years ago probably have more aspirations than some people today, which is fucking sad.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I think it's because the choice is too varied, right? And I honestly think that's like a big problem, right? Because it's like just speaking of how I went through the school system, right? It's like you go to school, right? You learn how to speak and write correctly, do math, and then you get to pick your electives, right? You go through and you do all the stuff, right? And then you get to choose a path, right?
Yeah.
And then that path leads you towards your career, right? Yeah. And then obviously it's just like, in my opinion, it's just a sell for university to get you into debt, and then you're crippled. And then
not even just get you into debt, dude. Universities are where indoctrination happens.
Exactly.
Like, honestly,
right?
that's
higher level of indoctrination.
To why our, like, to the initial point of why our Western men specifically are just so
the pussification
than they were.
They're pussies, dude.
Even years ago. Pussies, straight up pussies, straight up. And if it comes to war, which people have forgotten because it's so it feels like it's so long ago, like a real fucking war, like a world war. It honestly wasn't that long ago, and people don't understand how these things can arise, and China is already on the front foot with this specific problem. And if you could bring up that article about how they are what's it called?
China promotes education drive to make boys more manly. Is that the one?
Yes.
So
look at the photo even used. Like, shit, you want to go
dude,
that motherfucker?
Yeah, these guys are fucking. These guys
will kick my ass. Like, fuck.
Dude, like every single Chinese citizen has mandatory military service for 4 years. Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah. And like, I'm not saying that's for everyone, but it does teach like discipline. And
well, it's because their culture is they envision their culture, right? If I can just go off on a tangent, right?
Yeah.
That they envision their culture as a machine, right?
Yeah.
You're not an individual. That's a
You're a cog.
Western. That's a Western idea. That's a Westernized idea that everyone is unique and everyone is special.
Yeah.
Newsflash, you're not. And unless
Exactly.
you're actively trying to make a difference, unless you're actively putting in the work and doing the work, you are just another number, right? You're not an individual. You're a part of a massive
You're
machine
a fucking
called
social
society.
security number.
Yeah,
You're your
literally.
bank account. That's all you are.
Yeah, you're a number, right? You pay taxes, you're a number, right? You are F84B, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
the sooner you understand that, the better, right? Because like people who aren't putting a dent, right? To quote a phrase from the good Richard Cooper, right? Right? If you're not putting a dent in the world, right? If you're not leaving your mark, right? And like basically what he goes into is like if you're not in a C level job, so CEO, CFO, CTO, right? Like, or if you're working under somebody, right?
yeah.
You're not going to put your mark on the world by working underneath somebody else, you know?
No.
You're just not.
Put your mark on their fucking bank account.
Exactly, dude. Like, it's like they're hiring you to do a job that they could do.
Which is all fair and good. Like, fuck, they hire you. They are providing a service, I assume, to your community as a whole.
Exactly.
They are employing you, which causes you to spend money and help
Consumerism.
other businesses, all that shit.
Yep,
But, like,
consumerism.
at the end of the day, you're just a fucking cog.
You're
in
just a
that
cog.
system. That's a cog in a greater system.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you want to be? You know, it's like that's a big question. Like, do you want to be like a follower, or do you want to be somebody who makes their own path? Not necessarily a leader, right? Because that has some connotations that I don't like on it, like responsibility. Because fuck responsibility, right? You should only be responsible for yourself, nobody else.
But you can't say fuck responsibility. Like, I mean,
Well,
fuck
like
being responsible.
Fuck
others,
being
but I feel
responsible
like
for
you have-
others, and don't make people's problems your problems. You know?
Yeah, but like that being said, like you have a responsibility for like you and your kin, but that's
Exactly.
about it. Like,
Exactly, right? Because they're your blood. You know?
Yeah.
Like obviously you have a responsibility to you and yours. You know, as I used to say. So, like obviously you need to, you know, protect your tribe, you know, like
Yes.
as a man, right? You need to
Yeah.
protect your tribe, you know. That's what we did back when we were hunter gatherers. That's why we had so many
100%.
wars, you know, because
and
you know,
tribalism and
tribalism is a thing.
tribal wars is still rife today.
Exactly. Look at the Bloods and the Crips. It's the same concept. It's the same concept, just upgraded with guns. Like
Exactly.
it's
Or even honestly, dude, even political parties at this point, it's getting
exactly. It's the same. It's the same
No,
thing.
even just the isms, like the
Yeah.
fucking the commies, the socialists can't even get along. Fucking the leftists and the fucking commies can't get along. Neo Republicans and fucking sort of new blood Republicans can't get along.
Yeah,
Fucking
like liberals,
libertarians and-
like liberals and other liberals can't get along. Like
yeah, legit the fucking but
Like Scots
the
and
right
other
isn't-
Scots.
The right isn't what's it called? Like they're not saints when it comes to like putting their hands together and saying kumbaya and fucking
yeah,
all that
but
shit,
honestly, like
if you look at the radicals of it, like Antifa, and
Hmm.
I guess you could say like fascist groups. I don't want to say that, but locking heads, because like if you pin Antifa, no matter what, it's just like anti-bad guy patrol. Like that's their name. Like that's so unfair. Like, the Nazis were called like the really cool guys who do nothing wrong brigade.
yeah,
Fucking-
like Peter.
It's pretty hard to say. Hey, the really cool guys who did nothing wrong brigade are fucking gassing the Jews. But this has got to stop. What the fuck? Like, I don't know. On paper, it's the really cool, nice guys who can do nothing wrong. Are you sure they did that? Fucking. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Sorry
dude,
to get
like-
off on a tangent.
Yeah, that's all good, dude. Like, okay, but honestly, I think we should disperse with like because like honestly, like right and left, they're constructs to keep people divided, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same with religion. It's the same with all these isms. It's the same with all the LGBTQ, whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
If you're gay, if you're straight, if you're black, or if you're white, I don't care, you know, right? Are you working towards the betterment of humankind, or are you halting it, right? And if you're fighting with other people and you're not fighting either the government or the people that are holding you down, which is the corporations, it's not the government. The government has done nothing wrong to you, right?
I mean, the government stagnate and squander money and fucking
exactly.
like,
they are every single government is either in control, right, of the businesses in the country, like China is, right? Because China has a good method, right? A good method, right, of keeping control. It's basically you're letting me into your business and you're showing me everything that you're doing so I can control it because you're in my country, and that's what a government should be doing. It should be in control, right?
It's not good as in morally good. It's good as in like
but
it's a good way to seize power and hold power.
Exactly, and that's the point of a government, right? The government is an overarching control over a state and country.
Exactly. But I think government shouldn't have like undisputed power. I feel like
over corporations.
People. But yeah, the corporations have undisputed power because they control the governments. Dude.
Exactly, right? So that's what I'm saying, right? Like, the government isn't the people you should hate. You should hate the corporations, like Google, like Facebook, like Amazon, like what's another fucking company?
Monsanto.
Monsanto, Huawei, Yahweh, Samsung,
Johnson, fucking Nestle. Fucking, like, we could bring up that fucking chart that shows these big conglomerate businesses, their offshoot businesses, and what they control. It's seriously like fucking 10 fucking businesses or something that control everything. Like, pretty much all products you see in the supermarket can tie back to these
Nestle.
Companies. And these companies and their fucking CEOs and heads, they all meet at a fucking little place, secret little location every year, and they're called the Bilderberg Group, and they don't let journalists inside, and they talk about what's going to happen to us normal people for the next year. I swear to God. Just take off my
take off the tin hat. Take off the tin hat.
But I swear to God, dude, it's like look into it.
Research, it's scary, dude. How much?
Alex Jones was also on this case on the story, so that makes me way more credible.
Remember when you're dying, Alex Jones told you who killed you. Remember, those people in there are eugenicists on record, and all of you are too weak-minded to find out about it. You'll watch your children die before you become men. The globalists make me want to throw up every time I realize everything they're doing.
I know, I seriously love Alex, but fucking he just gives me no credibility, even though he could be fucking dead bang on the fucking
dead bang on the right,
He could be so right. People just don't care. It's like, Alex Jones, no, this guy's a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the amount of conspiracy theorists, like, you know.
But the conspiracy was fucking, the conspiracy theorist was fucking coined after JFK's assassination. It's one of the first, I think, good examples of, like,
propaganda.
A newspeak being used to suppress and silence people, and probably on the biggest scale. It's just been the most commonly accepted one. Like, like conspiracy, like theorist. Put those words together. Like, what the fuck does it really mean? Like, fuck, it's someone who's piecing together some shit, dude. Fucking, why are you using it with bad connotations? Conspiracies are a thing.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I just let the dots connect themselves. I show you, I show people dots and let the dots connect themselves. Like, it's like, I'm not going to make a leap of logic and, like, say that this is what happened, but, like, you know, it's kind of coincidental, you know?
Yeah.
Like, how coincidental. It's almost like those 2 security cameras that accidentally malfunctioned when Epstein died.
And how many people just fucking want to forget about that sort of thing?
One sec.
Well, 1 sec.
One sec.
Cool. Well, while Voodoo's having a 1 sec, just to bring back to a point I made, or we made earlier, tribalism still well and rife within our society, even if nobody wants to admit it. And your responsibility should be with you and your tribe, and that is it. Oh, sorry. Cool.
Are you talking conspiracy bullshit again?
No, I'm monologuing about the fucking
about tribes.
The importance of. I was harkening back to the point that we made about you shouldn't have any burden or responsibility other than for your tribe and you.
Yeah. Build your tribe. Build your
family.
No, your tribe, because
circle, your community,
your tribe, right? Because community is based on location, right? Your tribe isn't.
Moves with you. Yeah,
right?
I get that. Okay, your tribe. Let's go with that. And you got to build your tribe. And I was gonna bring up the point about AOC when she was in her darkest moments. As the rioters stormed in the Capitol building and ran down the hallways of her office. Now, all her bullshit lies aside, fucking she said, she was quoted as saying, I'm paraphrasing, that she was afraid she was going to die because she wanted the chance to be a mother.
And she said, I just hope I get to be a mom. I hope I don't die today.
This is coming from the woman who has personally just ruined so many young women like from our generation
what do you mean by ruined?
Not ruined, but ruined their perception on having children. Corrupted their perception on having children. She
in what way?
Them to believe, this woman, in all her hypocrisy, led them to believe that they should feel shameful or guilty for wanting to have children because of environmental issues, because of global warming, and because there are
how would having children affect global warming? Did she go into that, or like
basically like there's scientific consensus that the lives of children are going to be very difficult, and it does lead, I think, young people to have a legitimate question: is it okay to still have children? Also, just this basic moral question, like what do we do? And even if you don't have kids, there are still children here in the world, and we have a moral obligation to them.
Only in Western societies where people spout this bullshit because they want the fucking birth rates to plummet. I don't want to go into that. It's another kettle of fish. But what's it called? Freaking, and then she turns around and in her dark moment says she was fearful of not becoming a mother after she's told, like, made it seem, because she's like the pinnacle of like being a hip, cool leftist against the system, even though she's just another cog, even if she doesn't fucking know it. Like, fucking, it's sad, man. It's fucking sad. But like, I don't care about the lies, like, about like, I don't know if you've been following it or whatever, but people have been like the hashtag AOC Smollett has been trending, referencing the Jesse Smollett incident where he.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I have no idea. I don't pay attention to American politics at all.
Okay, I do kind of take a bit of an interest, but yeah, no, I just think it's a bit of a cop out, frankly.
Yeah, well, I mean, like speaking on that, if I can just get into that, right? Like, it's like biology for like women to want to have children.
Zen.
Biden's a bot. How you going, buddy?
Zen, what up?
How you going, Stinks? Yeah, Biden's a bot. Yeah, he literally is a bot.
Legit.
Anyway. Like,
sorry to interject. Can you say that whole thing about Fauci?
No.
fucking it was something about how when AIDS came out, he was personally checking out gay bathhouses and like gay baths to see how like the virus blah 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 blah. This article came out, it was posted by Pink News, like that gay news. I swear to God. And the theory I thought of, man, this motherfucker's being blackmailed, dude. This guy's fucked a bunch of dudes in his past. They have a fucking thick folder of him sucking dick, and now he's saying whatever the fuck big business or fucking the corrupt elite want him to say. That's my personal theory. You can take that with whatever you want. But I just wanted to get that one in there. Also, way to lose all your viewers in like 2 seconds. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the women's like mind state for a second. Okay.
Yeah.
So literally.
That clip. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to go try and find that clip, you can just link to me. So basically, let me just gather my thoughts for a sec. All right. So let's talk about women's like sort of mental state, right? As they age, right? So I've done a little bit of research. I've read a couple of books. I'm by no means no expert, but this is what I've gathered from like what I've been reading and what I've been listening to. So basically, when a girl is born, right, from about the age of like from when they start watching TV and like listening to their parents, all that sort of stuff, understanding, right? So about somewhere between the age of 3, 7, right? They start to get this like sort of indoctrination of like, you know, like you're gonna grow up, you're gonna be pretty, you're gonna, you know, go get them, you know, you have all the power in the world, you know,
yeah,
that sort of thing.
Same flip of the coin, I think.
Yeah,
young men are also kind of brushed in the same way. But anyway, sorry.
Do you think?
Go.
But yeah, so and then as they get into their teens, it's more about like, you know, you can do whatever you want. You know, you go take whatever you want, be whoever you want to be, do whatever you want to do, or whoever you want to do, I should say.
Yeah.
Right? And then when they get into their 20s, when they get into their 20s, it's full steam ahead, right? It's like, you know, all the hormones are racing. They're probably at their height of their beauty over the course of their life, right? So like their value, right, in quotations, as a woman, right, for other people, right? Because they're thinking like, how do I get the best guy to fuck me, you know?
Value in terms of... Hey,
Archie, how you going, dude?
But value in the sense of like
how hot am I?
As a potential mate.
Yeah.
Like scientific.
Like sexual marketplace value. This is what the term has been coined, right? Sexual marketplace value, or SMV, right? So the SMV value, it's roughly statistically about 21 to 23 is their highest value, and then it just drops. So like it's like a bell curve between like the ages of 18 to like 24, and then it just goes and just plummets, right? So when they hit about 27, 28, 29, they're noticing like, you know, they're not getting as much attention from guys as they used to. You know, they start to get that like that urge, that instinct, that oh shit, I have a biological clock that's ticking. You know, it's been coined as baby rabies, right? So they get crazy for babies, right? So baby rabies. So you know, they start looking for, instead of that alpha fuck, right? They start looking for that beta buck, you know, the providers, right? The people who are going to settle down and take responsibility and care for me and you know, care for our children.
The cock
you know,
carousel.
the cock carousel. They want to come carousel.
Ticket operator who is
exactly. Yeah. So, like, you know, it's, and hopefully, right, in their point of view, it's been like, you know, they've got a couple of kids from quality men, you know, and then they're going to get that provider who's going to provide for them and somebody else's kids, you know. But, you know, they're your kids too, I swear, until, you know, like something goes wrong.
He
and
just
then
has extra melanin. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
did we get... Oh wait, no, I'm getting some in-chat currency. Let's go. What am I
let's
spending this shit
go.
on? Oh wait, no, sorry, alright, keep going.
I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
I thought you got some sort of donation, but I'm like, I got 630 something.
Yeah, I think it was channel points or some shit. I don't
Oh
fucking know, dude.
hell yeah.
Fucking scam is what they are. Anyway, but yeah, like, dude, it's like, you know, and then as they get into that, like, you know, the 27 to like 30-ish, you know, you hit the epiphany phase where it's like, oh shit, I need to have kids, you know, or I need to settle down and find somebody to help me raise my kids. Because like you have, dude, like I don't go on like Tinder or anything like that, right? But like yeah, so I've seen profiles of women who are 22, 5 kids, different dads, and my kids are my world, blah blah blah.
It's man, you go through Tinder, it honestly gets you down.
Dude,
And
it's
fuck, they don't get it either. They're still out there fucking doing the same thing that fucking got them in the predicament 3 times over. Since they were like
dude.
17, 16.
Yep.
And do you know why? It's because they generally don't have a father figure.
Don't have a father figure.
Strong male
Or a strong male, yeah.
Them in. Honestly, even a fucking mother who has her fucking shit together.
But
Honestly,
most don't.
Who isn't.
Most don't.
But yeah, I know. But I was gonna say, mothers of these children are kind of, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree situation.
Single mothers by choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, dude, I just don't get it, man.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, but people make their own choices, and that's the price of freedom as well. It's just people have
the
to be
problem
more
is
informed and make their correct decisions. Because I think people are being told, like, oh, it's okay, we're in the modern age, divorce is totally fine. But is it? Do you understand the repercussions it will have on your child or children's psyche?
Exactly.
Their life, frankly.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Do you have any idea, like, the financial burden
You put on the guy?
Probably just the male.
No, just the male.
Children.
Just the male. 100%.
Yeah, in most circumstances.
I think the statistic was 80% of custody is awarded immediately to the women.
Yeah.
So just straight off the bat, like 80% of all children are without or partially without a father figure.
Yeah.
Their entire childhood, and that's terribly damaging for the child, especially males, right? Because,
of course, especially
like,
but honestly, no, I feel like it's both, dude. Because
no, I don't. I really don't. Because
no, yeah, okay, no, I agree with you. Men need to learn to be men from the dads, and I understand that. But I feel like it's equally as horrifying that young women don't have a strong male figure.
Exactly, because either their mother pushed their father out, right? Or because this is.
I'm just getting a phone call. One second.
Okay. Yep. So basically, like, what I think is going on, right, is like the reason women are so fucked up is because, like, their childhood wasn't the greatest. You know, they didn't have 2 parents. You know, they didn't have a mother and a father, right? So like the mother and father dynamic. Oh, good, dude. Like the mother and father dynamic is like so important to raising a healthy, mentally stable child, right? So like it is paramount, right, that the child has both a mother and a father to teach both sides, because the sexes are complementary. They're not adversary. They're complementary.
Exactly. And that's
right?
how it's been framed the past 10-20 years, is that it's battle of the sexes.
Battle of the sexes. Literally, there was a TV show about it, right?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Battle of the sexes. Like, what? Why?
But and then people, that's another thing to harken back to tribalism. People don't think tribalism's right. I mean, goddamn, dude, people love to pick a sports team and fucking go cocks, go tits. Like, you know what I mean? Oh shit.
Like, it's
sorry to derail.
No, it's all good. So like, when, see, like, because I don't want to speak too much on like the women's side of things, but like this is what I'm seeing and kind of connecting the dots, right? So it's like you have a child, right? You have a girl, right, who grows up without a father, without a strong masculine figure in her family, right? Yeah. So she has the mother constantly berating the father for some sort of or the left father, he abandoned us, or like, you know, he didn't do this or he didn't do that. Just
he skips out his child support payments.
Exactly, right? Talking down on him,
cheap bastard,
right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Talking bad about the only man she's ever had or supposed to ever had interaction with, the person that she's supposed to look up to, she's supposed to admire, right? That is the sire. Exactly, dude. If she has daddy issues, that's a huge problem, and the only way to fix it,
like, it's a meme now, or people even think daddy issues just relates to the daddy kink. It's like, no, it's actually
no, it's not. It's actually a really bad problem.
Fucked up, man. Like,
right? Like, if okay, number one, if you don't respect men, right, for what they provide for society and for your community as a whole, right, you shouldn't be fucking them.
And on the sort of the opposite side of the coin, like, if you don't let men respect you, or like, if you don't get treated with respect by men, if you let yourself get disrespected, like,
or if you open yourself
you don't
up,
value yourself because you have a poor self-esteem, generally because of daddy issues.
Yeah, that's it. It all rotates back around to how you were raised, because like, okay, so there was this really good thing that Rich Cooper says a lot, right? He's like, basically, if someone has, like, don't analyze somebody on who they are as a person, analyze their results as a person, right? So if you have shitty results, it's because you got poor choices, and your poor choices were fueled by your poor actions, which were fueled by your poor beliefs, right? Yeah. Right, so it's like a hierarchy, right? So your poor choices, your results, right? So it's your results followed by your actions, right? Followed by your beliefs, right? So just change your belief system, right? Yeah. So if you believe you're a piece of shit, you're gonna act like a piece of shit.
Exactly.
You know?
The self-fulfilling prophecy.
The self-fulfilling prophecy, because the most important thing you can do is tell yourself that. Well, number one, change your story. Change your story in your head that you tell yourself, because everyone has a story that they tell themselves. That's why people are fat, because, oh, I'm fat, I can't work out, or I'm, you know, I've never done this before. I'm scared. I'm afraid. It's gonna hurt.
It's a justification of why they don't want to do something or change.
It's an excuse.
Change is confronting and uncomfortable, and people would rather be comfortable because it's easier.
Yep, that's 100% how Stockholm syndrome happens. It's the same sort of like comparison. Like, you only do things because you did them yesterday. 80% of all your actions are just because you did them yesterday.
Yeah.
I think it's called like Idenic. The Idenic. So basically, you just do actions because you did them before. So like, if you change your actions for 3 days or like a week or something, right? So like, for example, right? I started lifting weights every day, right? Now I just go lift weights. I don't even think about it, you know? Like, I literally just go lift weights. You got it?
Yeah,
yes, dude. Let's go.
Not even thinking about it.
Like, you know, dude, like, and I can feel the difference, you know? Like, physical well-being will change your mental well-being, right? Because if you wake up and you're a shitty, like, you're in a shitty body, you're gonna feel shitty. That's just how it works, you know?
I could talk about that from personal experience, Randy, man. Like, cause I've been having a bit of a rough stint lately, and I've been saying, I don't know why, but I've been staying up to, like, fucking God knows what time in the morning, sleeping all day, I've been
sleeping all day,
I've been exercising as much as I should be.
Your circadian rhythm
like
fucks your body. Yeah. Like, so, like, fixing your circadian rhythm. So people who don't know what circadian rhythm is basically your clock, your internal clock for day-night cycle, right? So, for example, right now, I have a huge light shining on me, right? So I don't feel tired, yet it's nighttime. So I should be asleep. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, right? I should be asleep. You know?
Orange light is better than, blue light or whatever.
Blue.
I think it's better at night.
No, orange light.
It is orange. Okay, it is orange, like normal light.
So this one. So this light right now, I can change my light color. So that light is probably better. So that's like a dimmer white, you know. So yeah, like yellow light, or more specifically candlelight. Specifically candlelight, is very good for falling asleep, right? Because back when we were in tribes and huts, and you know, houses, fall asleep next to the fire. You know, keeps you warm.
I know, I'm gonna sound like a giant pussy, but I used to love falling asleep next to a lavender candle. The scent of lavender, the fire.
That's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. Because you want to know why?
I know.
Right?
We shouldn't.
Like,
I mean, we've just been talking about the feminization of men, but we shouldn't. But like, you can still do hygiene and relaxation and mental well-being isn't feminine. Those are manly. Self
improvement is not weak, right?
Exactly.
Like self-help, right, is not weak, right? Like helping yourself be better as a person, physically, mentally, right? And reaching out for help, right? You don't have to do it alone.
Exactly.
Right? This isn't something
to help you.
Exactly. Build your tribe. They will help you. That's what they're for. And if they don't, get rid of them. Right?
Yeah.
Get rid of toxic people out of your life. People who talk shit about you or about anybody else. Right?
Yeah.
People who are constantly talking shit and that's all you hear from their mouth. You don't hear anything positive about anything or anyone. Get rid of them.
Exactly.
They're a piece of shit. Right? And they're gonna leech that onto you. Right?
Yeah, like
you are the average
energy vampires,
dude. It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
But it's so apt for like
it's so sci-fi, dude. It's like, oh, I'm gonna pull out my fucking you know, my transponder and beam me up, Scotty. You know.
Like, oh shit! No, but it's like there's people who have no space for self-improvement. They have no, and they want to hold people back or society back.
Yeah.
Like, how much of the progressive progressed? How much have
the
conservatives conserved? Like, there's, I don't know.
I mean, just look at the debate around stem cell research. Like, both sides of the political party hate stem cell research. You want to know why? It's religious reasons, and it's ethical, right?
Yeah,
so
it's a moral quandary.
Well, I mean. Like, that's the thing. It shouldn't be, right? It's like
if they can ethically get the stem cells and the.
That's the thing. We've been ethically, like, okay, what's more unethical, right? Aborting a baby, or using stem cells which were taken from a fetus that wasn't even like, think of it like a chicken egg, right? You're basically just taking the unfertilized egg and using the yolk. That's it. You know, like that's what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the debate is about. Is it right?
You might want to change the graph because it's not as relevant.
Yeah.
And it might scare people off.
Let's pull it down here. Same-sex couples. Yeah, let's do that. Or just, I don't know, this one. This one's cool. It's got doll-like chicks we can look at. It's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I think. Wait, is that a dude? The dudes in the background.
Yeah, those are dudes, but are those actually women? They look too plastic to me.
Oh shit!
I don't know. They actually look plastic.
Is being less.
Yeah, exactly.
Less on a platform than it was. Like, it's not held as highly as the term I'm looking for.
Natural beauty has been destroyed and eroded by the beauty industry, and I 100% blame people like James Charles.
It's intentional, man. It's to make you feel like shit.
It is. It
feel like
is.
Shit, and
no.
feel a bit better by buying X product because beautiful person.
Consumerism.
Beauty standards unattainable because it's literally not natural.
Yep.
Is promoting it or wearing it or is on the front cover of the magazine, and you are shit.
Yeah.
But no, that's fucking bullshit. We're all fucking beautiful, man. We all gotta have a bit more self-confidence in that sense.
Well, I mean that I think honestly, no, that's the wrong mindset to have, right? You are beautiful. Okay, all right. All right. Let me correct the sentence there, right? The body positivity movement is wrong, in my opinion. Because
it should be like
hold on. Because number one, right, it's literally saying it doesn't matter how overweight you are, it doesn't matter how unhealthy you are, it doesn't matter what you look like, you should be happy with that. And you are beautiful no matter what.
No,
which is bullshit.
I get that, but I mean,
right?
Like,
when
it comes to like facial structure that is photoshopped, fucking. I'm just trying to think of more like examples, like just unnatural body standards that are photoshopped. Like I don't like that.
Yeah,
but
like
it's like or even just like Western features aren't as held as beautiful anymore. People want to have like be surgically altered to not look like who they are. But that's what I meant in the sense of like we're all like you should be proud of looking a little bit fucking. I've got that.
So you should you should be
sort of look. Like, you should
be proud of your heritage.
Exactly, but and the way you look is
the way you look.
Physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like the physical. Like, we are made up of like the people, our descendants, right? And like to alter that and to change that to fit a look that a company says looks beautiful. I don't think that's like. I think that's kind of wrong. But
yeah.
Way to bring nationalism into fucking beauty. Hell yeah. Dunking that one.
Capitalism once again strikes. KO. Yeah. But like legit, dude, like getting back onto the topic between like how people are raised, I think it's a real issue, dude, because like even the school system, right? 80% of teachers are female. Almost 95% of kindergarten teachers, the most important years of a child's life,
the formative years,
female. Right? All female. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
95% female, right?
I mean, there's not a lot. Like, it's just men just don't have the aspiration to be teachers.
Well, like, no, they do. They do.
My brother's a teacher, and I wanted to be a teacher at some point. Like, I get it. It's just like, but there's just more. There's more women who want to be teachers. That's just
exactly. It's because of the genetics because it used to be
nurturers,
right. Yeah. Women are more interested in dealing with people, and men are more interested in dealing with things. That's why most men are constructed like builders, like construction workers. They work more dangerous jobs on oil rigs. They work in submarines. They're more there's 80% of the military
as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Certain
but it's
media and like society as a whole pushes different genders into different roles.
But that's the thing, you can't do that. But you can't do that, right? So
I'm just saying, like, because like if you watch a TV show, like fucking, you'd see like, oh, the fucking. But I mean, yet again, these TV shows are usually just a comment on society, and they mimic society. So at the same time, like it's I don't know.
So what you're talking about was actually done. It was done in I think it was Norway. No, it wasn't Norway. It was.
Oh, I remember this story. Germany, I think, dude.
Oh yeah, okay. So I think it was done in a small part of Germany. But basically, they evened the rates of which people could apply for, or not apply. They gave everybody 50-50 equal chance to do whatever they wanted, right? So they ended up with 80% of male engineers and only 20% of female engineers, and 80% of female nurses and only 20% of male nurses, and like, you know, that sort of thing, right? So that's that. And this is in a country where you could literally have a woman with no education and she could become educated with no cost to her. And because they had free education, right? Because they wanted to make it equal and even and everything, even Steven, you know. And it was a complete failure.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But like it's because it's how hardwired and our personal choices.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say, dude. Like you can't get an equal equality.
Well,
as a whole,
we have a quality of opportunity, a quality of outcome is impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Not impossible. The only way you can achieve equality of outcome by cutting
impossible.
everyone down to the same level.
Communism.
And not. Yeah, exactly.
Communism. That's the only way.
On fuck communism.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we've been going 51 minutes now, so if you want to end it, fuck communism.
Can we just end it on fuck communism after a summary?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
Freaking.
So
where do we start with? Femination of Western men.
Yeah. Let's coin it the same way that Rich Cooper and a bunch of other people coin it: the pussification of Western society.
The pussification of Western society. That was point number 1.
Yeah, and then we had how people like were being fucked up as they grew up. You know, like we had the issues with like the male being out of the picture, with especially raising other males.
Missing fathers, absent fathers. What's it
Daddy
called?
issues is a thing.
Daddy issues. What's it called? Which does relate to that. We talked about the importance of having a tribe to fall on and
build your tribe.
Build your tribe.
Build your tribe.
Hold space for your tribe.
Yeah.
Shout out to that meme page which shits on hippies. Freaking. What else do we talk about? China. Watch out. Oh, we didn't even talk about Norway, dude. I was keen on that.
Yeah, like the fucking we can do that next episode if you want.
Yeah,
we can do that next episode.
Stay tuned next week where
next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Dreg that Norway is a bigger world threat than China. I can't wait for this one. He told me about it, prefaced me. I was like, holy shit, wait till we're live. I want my genuine reaction for this live. But we're gonna have to wait till next week, or where are we going? Week?
Yeah, well, I mean, we can do week. I don't really care either way.
Week or fortnight, I'm easy.
Let's see how this goes.
We'll see if we can keep the steam rolling next week.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, guys, we're out of here.
Fuck communism.
Yeah.
And peace.
Yeah, people would see me in my car, mostly blind, right, falling asleep and spaghetti, and I know that he has been on the